Hello, and welcome to another episode of Scavenger Life. This is episode number 505 at scavengerlife.com.
So, normally we record this podcast after breakfast.
Right. On a Sunday.
A couple cups of coffee in us. Today, we are recording at the end of our day on a Sunday.
Yes.
Because things always change.
Why is that, Jay?
Because, in the morning, our whole lives are ahead of us. Everything's possible. And now, the day is done. Anyway, so yeah, we had our day all planned, right? Record the podcast, go do some stuff in town on the cafe we're trying to open.
I have a video I have to edit.
Yeah, pull stuff for eBay to ship. I mean,
there's always things to do, right?
We get a message from our cleaners who say they can't clean. And so what do we have to do? We just have to change our whole day.
You drop everything.
Yeah. And we know how to clean. We cleaned our rentals for a couple of years. Yeah,
2 years.
So that's what we've been doing all day is cleaning our properties for renters. And it's tiring. God bless our cleaners. Our cleaners, rock. They are worth every penny we pay them.
Yeah, but it's one of those things, like we always say, when it's a small business. It's really hard to find people who clean, who show up.
But I think this is true for if you're starting an eBay business or just really anything. You have a plan.
Oh yeah.
You can even hire people. You can create a process. It's gonna break down at some point
for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Someone doesn't show up.
Yeah. Something
goes wrong.
That's why I think it's funny to me, and I guess really what I wanted to talk about is that it's like this idea of building a spreadsheet business versus our experience with doing a business.
Right.
And I say this like the spreadsheet businesses, like the guy or the person who sits down and they pull out a spreadsheet and they start doing research. And they're really smart, and they're asking questions and finding out how much things are. And, it could be like an eBay business, if I buy 100 pieces of clothes, it costs me this much. Or, if I buy this house and I rent it for this. Or if I'm doing Amazon, I buy all these iPhone cases and I sell them for this. And they do a spreadsheet and it tells you how much they're going to make. And it sounds so cool.
Sounds so cool.
Our experience has not been that way.
Right.
It's good to do numbers to see if it even makes sense.
It's smart to do numbers, no doubt.
Yeah. But, the spreadsheet business, it feels really fulfilling, It seems so easy.
It's all on paper.
Yeah, it seems so easy and logical. You just wind its machine up, and then it just, flawlessly works for you, and you're just, money in your pocket. I think that's the dream, the fantasy that is sold online when people are trying to get, these coaches and gurus, they're trying to get you to buy these packages because that's what they're selling to you. The flawless machine that's going to just generate you cash.
And, the key word here is turnkey. Everyone wants turnkey, no matter what.
And look, let me tell a bit of a story. So we have some friends.
Another story.
Yeah. Who we love tremendously. They are super smart, thoughtful people. If they are hearing this,
we love you.
We love you. And they have been, they live in the city and they've been thinking about buying a second place where we live because we're in a vacation place. But there's also, I don't know, it seems like it's in the air. Everyone wants a rental now. An income generating rental. You know? Okay. So they want one of these two.
Right.
And it's great.
Yeah.
And so we're helping them and giving them advice. And but when we talk to them, they're smart and they're receptive. Right. But they're definitely tending towards the kind of spreadsheet part of the business.
Yeah.
They're like, okay, if I buy it for this much, I rent it for this, these are my costs, and, okay, we're good to go. And I keep reminding them, like, it's not quite that easy,
Right.
because of a day like
Today's a perfect example.
Like, if we lived 3 hours from this place and our cleaner had called us, what would we have done?
Well, so the question here is, what are the contingencies? Why don't we have a backup cleaner?
Sure.
Why don't we have someone where, like, oh, you can't clean?
Backup cleaner, yeah.
Well, you know what I'm saying? Like, if we were out of town, or if we were working at the cafe, or if we were blah, 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 who's the backup cleaner? That's what I was saying earlier. It is so hard to find helpers, like we say, with eBay, whatever.
Yeah.
So we actually don't have a backup cleaner. We are the backup cleaners.
I don't even know what that means, like, what a backup. So, like, somebody who doesn't really work for us, but we could just call them and they would drop everything.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, like
right.
That,
it makes no. You're like, who was that? Who would that? I know other people that clean.
Yeah.
Would they be able to drop everything 45 minutes before it needs to get cleaned?
Yeah, I just don't think that's possible.
It's just like so. It's a good example, like you said, where there are spreadsheet investors who are like, I'll just get everything into place, and you're like, well,
yeah. I will say, we are not the end all be all. Maybe the way we do things is not the way that the perfect way or the way everyone does it. Maybe there are spreadsheet investors or business people that are able to make its machine run smoothly.
Yeah.
Just in our experience, doing this now for over a decade, like eBay and rentals and doing other things, I just find, like, things happen. And I see the stories, like, on our forum where people talk about, I had an eBay business.
Right.
My mom got sick. I had to drive across the country, take care of my mom. I got sick.
Right.
I don't know. Something, things happen. And so, you just have to be prepared for those things.
Well, look, one thing that people talk about online with especially real estate investing is spreadsheet investors pay management companies.
True.
So they don't deal with any of this stuff.
Right.
They have 100 units. It's in the Midwest. They live, in Santa Monica.
Right.
And they literally do.
You're talking about real estate. Yeah.
And so when I was in college and when you were in college, I didn't live in a place like this, but I had friends that lived in places like this where it's like 100 units. It's a management company.
Right.
They don't fix anything.
Yep.
So it's just sort of like there's no soul there.
Yeah.
And so
There's lots of money.
There's so much money. But so it's funny because I go online on Bigger Pockets and I see people like that and I'm just like, I don't want to be that at all. Yeah. With like you say, like with Amazon, like I don't want to just churn out like barbecue tools from China or whatever.
I don't know. I guess I just wonder people that do run those kind of businesses where it's kind of like passive, totally hands-free. Is it really always that way? Or what happens when something happens, like, is it then they drop everything and they have to figure out a new process? Or are they really just, or maybe they make enough money where you actually hire like a little CEO or like a person to run your business who is basically like you. Right.
But they're the manager. Right. It's like a manager.
They do everything. I don't know.
Yeah. I think so.
I'm just thinking, so that's like a different kind. That's just, we have never reached that kind of like where we're hiring people for $50,000.
Well, that's the thing, right? Like, so you're like, that's a salary.
We're like, as we always say, mom and pop business. Mm-hmm. We're like the people who run like the little car repair place on the corner. Him and his wife run it. Like that's the kind of business we run, and and that's the size business that like our friends are trying to do is just like get a rental. Yeah.
Income generating.
Don't get rich off of it. They have a place to go if they ever want to come to the country, but then they just are rented out on the, but it really is And just like with eBay too, it's all about the little details and not letting those little details start falling away.
Right.
You know?
Like, if you can't get your place clean by the time your next renters come, that is a nightmare problem that must get solved immediately. Like, you know.
Yep.
So, you know, things like that are hard when people think it's just a passive income.
Yeah.
This is not passive income.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
you know, it's so. Yeah. But anyway, we did it. And
it actually, I mean, honestly, doesn't take that long. It's just, you know, because we know our house so well.
We're good at it.
And there's two of us, you know.
And, you know, in some ways it's good because it's our property. We like things the way we like it. So, you know, I spend extra time.
Right,
like
me too.
You know, like our cleaners do a good job, but like they don't really know. Like they don't see it like I see it.
Right.
Like, oh, I want this thing just like this.
Yeah.
And so I rearranged.
Like I rearranged plants. I made sure there was a special plant in a certain place.
Right.
I had to do maintenance on all the doors because a couple of the door batteries started dying, and I had to like clean those up. So, you know, that's stuff that you do because you're an owner.
Yeah.
You know.
So anyway. If my friends are here, I don't know why they would ever hear this. Only crazy people like you hearing this right now are the people that hear this, not our friends. But, you know your numbers. Like, definitely, you got to do that.
But know that it's an organic...
It's all about preparing for things always to take longer than you expect, too. I mean, I think that's the other thing that I try and talk to our friends about. It's like... And things just take time. Like they're talking about like, I want to buy it.
And
like,
turn it on.
And like turn it on and I'm making money. It's within a month. I'm like,
if not shorter than that, which I understand. They're like, we got to start. But look, like.
That has not been our experience.
Well, the funny thing too is like buying property for rentals as we've experienced is never turnkey.
Right.
There's always things that have to be fixed, and then you have to fully furnish, and not just furnish, but put linens. You know, just you have to make it so that it's a house that people live in.
And plus, turnkey real estate is so expensive. I mean, the people that buy the like fixer uppers and then fix it up are squeezing every piece of they're
every piece of value out of it. Yeah, because...
And so you're paying years of profit just to get a turnkey place. But, But, you know, just going back to eBay, though, I mean, that's why, you know, when I see people say, I want to start an eBay business.
Yeah.
How hard can it be?
How hard can it be?
I mean, I'm just like, it's going to take time. Like, don't quit your job.
Don't quit your day job. I've heard that a few times.
Don't quit your job. This is my day job.
What?
Right. Get your processes going.
Things take longer. I think that's like the theme of the year. Things take longer than you think.
Yeah. I mean, even like with this coffee business we're starting, you know, we want it to be like, I want this cafe open like tomorrow. But I understand. It's taking longer than we had hoped because it's just there's a million details. And
it's like a million details. It's like opening an Airbnb.
And if you don't get the details right, I mean, and that's the thing, we could open tomorrow.
And not everything's done.
We've seen those kind of businesses where you walk in like...
You're like, is this open?
Like, is this really a place that I want to be in?
And now, look, our place is ready for that. It's just there are some very fine details that would be very nice to have done.
And if you don't do the details now, you'll never do them.
Yeah. You'll never have time.
So eBay for us this week, we talked last week about the big news, the
seller update.
Fall spring seller update.
Like, what season is it?
So they're changing the subscription.
Yeah.
And it looks like we will be able to go from Anchor to Premier. So instead of paying $300 a month, we'll pay $50. I
think it's called Premium.
Premium. I called it what?
Premier.
Oh, Premier. Premium. And the cool thing is that there's a cancellation if you downgrade.
Cancellation fee.
But people are saying, and I don't know if this is true, that eBay is going to waive that cancellation penalty for
in
like
April.
a month. Right. So you can start to change on April 1st and you have till April 30th. I have not seen an eBay link where anyone official has said this, but people are like posting screenshots of like Facebook conversations with like eBay reps. So
That'd
I don't know.
Really helpful.
I mean, to us, we're going to save enough money where
it doesn't matter if we
can
pay a fee.
eat the fee because it's only a single month fee. But
I would like to not pay that fee. So I mean, what I would do is I would call Anchor support.
Yep.
And hopefully
for one last time.
I hope you can help me.
Yeah.
Honestly, I can't remember the last time I called Anchor support.
Yeah.
Because
are they still taking calls? Like
I think so.
I thought like
I was just
during the whole COVID thing. Like,
no,
they stopped
were
taking calls.
I don't.
Something.
They were, but like I actually started because as we just said, we have very little time to sit on the phone. So I was just emailing Anchor support and being like, "Can you do this?" And then within 24 hours, they did it.
Wow. Cool.
So that was helpful for me. Nothing was urgent.
Right. Okay, so our numbers this week.
Yawn.
A week ago, I talked about how consistent our numbers are.
Right, oddly.
I want to show you how consistent they are. So we sold 42 items.
Okay.
Pretty good, right?
Yeah.
It's like 6 items a day.
Yeah.
Nice. Our gross sales, $1,906.23.
Okay.
Last week was $1,993. And so it's just like we made like $80 more.
Yeah.
A week ago. I mean,
that's not much fluctuation.
I know. And so our net sales this week was $1,346.49.
49.5 cents.
I don't know if people want me to be so exact, but I'm just like 1,350. Anyway, and then a week ago, we made actually $40 more. So I don't know.
Yeah, so it's really steady. I don't
strange.
know. And there were some days this week again where I was like, we didn't sell a single thing until like 9 o'clock at night. I
mean,
I don't know why.
I am not bringing it up because I think it means anything.
No, but
I just think it's interesting.
Yeah.
It's been this way. And I remember, I haven't heard this in a long time. There was a period where there was this conspiracy theory that people were so convinced about that eBay, I mean, it's so complicated. They would like divvy up all the sales. And so, they would be like, well, it's so consistent because eBay's divvying you up, like they're giving you that many sales, like because they're trying to spread the sales out among all the sellers because they want to.
That is the craziest thing. I don't remember that conspiracy theory.
I do. I mean,
you're like, wow, that's neat.
I would be like, so they've like coded this whole like search engine. That's divvying up to like it's like it sounds like a communist plot, instead of just like whoever has the best stuff at the best price and best
people want it
and the best titles. I mean, like that's the easiest way to code something, and that's what it is.
Like if eBay had the means to do that, I feel like they would fix like invoicing on the phone. Yeah, like could I send an invoice through the mobile app?
Right, but I do want to be clear. It's that conspiracy was the anchor for then everyone trying to hack this like invisible imaginative engine because they thought, well, if I turn my store off and turn it on,
I'm like a new store.
I fool the engine, and so I get more of the share of the sales.
Oh wow, man!
I just think it's interesting because we sell such different items.
Yeah, it's so
one of
random.
a kind. It's just nice. It's nice to have kind of steady income, and it's great,
it's nice sometimes.
Okay, things we sold. We sold 2 suitcases. We had not sold suitcases in a long time. We sold 2 of them.
Maybe because like it was a pandemic, and now the pandemic might be ending.
It's $50 and $70. Suitcases is they're really good things. Like they're great to sell.
They're great to sell. However, they take up a lot of room.
They take up a lot of room.
Like that's the problem, right?
They're often big,
They're bulky to ship.
Yeah.
But honestly, they're so easy to ship because they're suitcases.
Right.
So they're meant to be like thrown around a plane.
I guess I'm sure it's changing, or maybe it has changed, or it's going to change now. But I mean, the thing about those is that they're high dollar.
Yeah.
But oftentimes when you go to like a thrift store or auction, people don't see them as being very valuable because they're just kind of in the way. And
they're like, what would someone
we can
do
often get them really cheap.
The one suitcase, we sold a train case, which is kind of like a cosmetic case.
Right.
It was was it Samsonite? I don't know, but it was a knockoff or something. So that was one thing. And then the other one was a white Samsonite hard shell suitcase that we had been storing beekeeping supplies in.
Oh, yeah.
Did you know that? It was that white suitcase that was that had like bee frame supplies.
It was like a toolbox almost.
Basically, and when our hive died and we were like, well, let's just sell all this stuff on Facebook.
Right.
I emptied that suitcase and cleaned it, and I was like, this is actually in good shape. It was just holding clean, wooden frames.
Yeah.
So that's funny. We sold it for like $70. I'm like, I'm glad I didn't just give that back to the thrift store.
You sold a eyeglasses, cat eye.
Yeah,
glasses.
This person gave me so international person in I think Australia.
Yeah.
Gave me so I had them up for $125. They gave me an offer of $90. Absolutely going to take that offer, right?
Cha-ching.
Yeah. That 5 minutes later, I bought these by accident.
Fine, cancel it.
I actually canceled. She had already paid. Paid. I think because I had to cancel it. I couldn't just do unpaid item. So I was like, whatever. I just want to relist them because you can't not cancel that. I relisted them. She sent an offer of $72. I didn't realize it was the same person because when you relist stuff,
right,
you send offers out and people see it, whatever. So I just accept. It's the same person. She paid right away, and I actually shipped them.
So she got a $20
she was like,
oh my god,
I want these cheaper.
Yeah,
but they sold. So
but that's cool.
Yeah.
Those are always kind of neat. I can remember the first time I found a couple of those, and I thought they were kind of cool. And Ryan was like, "These are awesome!" And
original 1950s.
Back then,
cat-eye.
I felt like we could sell them for $150. I don't know.
They're hard to sell.
The style's out of style or whatever.
No, it's not out of style. I think it's because you can buy Warby Parker, nice, stylish cat eyes for. Right. They're new. You know, they're not like old 50s. Right.
It's like mid-century modern stuff. Like it sold a lot more, and now like Target sells.
Yeah, go to Wayfair and you buy like whatever.
And then just one other thing I thought was interesting. So clothes, right? Yeah. We do not buy clothes anymore. Like to sell.
That's not our main thing.
We started this business.
It's just so funny.
Trash bags of clothes. You go to a thrift store. You just buy loads and loads of clothes and you sell them. The grind. We started our business like that and built our business. We did our house with the clothes. I mean, it was great. We still have a lot of clothes.
Yeah, we do still have a lot.
I don't even know. I could look, but I don't know, 1,000 pieces of clothes or something.
I wonder it's that many.
It's interesting though. We sell clothes every single week.
Consistently.
Like, we sold 7 pieces of clothing this week for $200.
That's great.
It's just like
it's a pipeline.
It's an interesting pipeline.
Anything interesting in the clothes?
Interesting.
You just wanted to mention clothes.
Yeah.
Nothing in particular.
I just think it's interesting because, we don't ever talk about clothes.
Yeah, we're like, we sold these jeans.
Clothes make us money every single week. I mean, $200.
I sold a pair of jeans.
Who wouldn't want $200?
I would. I sold a pair. This is weird. Just a generic pair of Lee bootcut jeans for $15 to someone in New Zealand. Why did they pay so much shipping to go to New Zealand?
Holy was it
global shipping?
Global shipping.
So they pay, right? But I do know. So we've been to Australia a couple of times, not New Zealand, but Australia, and stuff is expensive in country. Yeah. So I'm like, maybe it's the same price as just buying it in New Zealand.
And plus, they got a good pair of jeans for $15. So,
but the shipping.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's just funny.
I'm glad they do it.
Yeah.
Customer issues. So we are now fully in eBay's, what do you call it? Managed payments.
Managed payments. Oh,
so
yes.
No more PayPal.
Yep, no PayPal.
All money goes to eBay. eBay gives money to us.
Yeah.
We're very grateful. Thank you, eBay.
Yeah.
Okay, we got a chargeback. We got a message through eBay saying
someone disputed this charge.
They said it was unauthorized, and so eBay's like, please give us the tracking.
Which is so funny. You're like, eBay, you have the tracking.
I mean, eBay even pre-fills it for you.
Yeah, I say provide tracking, and it's already pre-filled. What?
So it's going to be interesting to see
what happens
if eBay backs us up, because I don't know. In the past, it's like the customer's credit card company can be like, well, we don't believe you, so we just want the money back
through PayPal.
Because, and because they're probably also just trying to make their customer happy.
Right.
It's like they don't care about us; they care about their customer.
Right.
And so I would love it if eBay, now that eBay is totally in control of everything. They control the sale, the money,
the return label.
Yeah. I want to see if they either comp us, or if they tell the credit card company no,
or if they tell. So part of it too is like, okay, it's an unauthorized, but if you're like, great, this was delivered to your house, return it, and you'll get a refund.
Right.
That was my problem with PayPal.
Because I feel like we did everything that was asked of us. It was like someone bought something, we shipped it to where we were told.
Right.
And we have a successful confirmation.
Tracking number delivered.
So even if that was to like some scammer's house, it doesn't matter. That's what we were told to do. So
we're going to see what happens.
Let's see how
it takes a long... It takes a long time for chargebacks.
Yeah, but I just bring this up because I know a lot of us have talked about chargebacks for a long time now through PayPal.
Right.
And it's always been super annoying because PayPal is just like, I don't know, it's between you and the credit card company.
Yeah, we're not going to tell you who that is
and
or how to contact them. So I'm like,
it's return that's always been very frustrating. And thankfully, it does not happen very often.
Well, it's funny, I talked to someone recently who doesn't do eBay, and I was like, blah, 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 credit card chargeback. And they were like, what's that? Yeah. I'm like, oh, wow, it's really good you don't know what that is.
I mean, I'm probably being naive here, but I think doing a credit card chargeback's a pretty big deal.
It is a big deal because I've tried to do one before, and they put you through the ringer.
So I feel like they're rare for our business because... Yeah, credit card companies don't encourage...
They don't want to do it.
And so if a customer was doing chargebacks all the time, they'd be like, are you crazy?
Yeah, like, are you not buying anything on your... Who's buying? Well, they'll be like, you need to cancel this and get a new card, and
it's like it's like a nuclear option kind of thing.
And you know what? If it really happens to you, it sucks when you're like, I think my card was stolen.
It's like a stop payment on a check.
Yeah, which also sucks.
Okay, we are going to actually push the calls till next week. So any calls that came in this week, we'll answer them next week.
We know you're there.
But if you would like to call us or leave a question or comment this week,
you can call our voicemail line. Our phone number is 540-407-8486. Or you can email us an audio file from your phone. Our email is thescavengerlife@gmail.com.
Ryan, we're going to end this with just a bit of coffee talk because it's so much a part of our lives and we're so excited about this. And I don't think you realize how much your life is going to change.
What?
When this cafe opens. It's going to be a big deal. People
You're
in our
telling
town,
me right now?
People in our town are going to see you differently.
Oh.
You're not just going to be that. There's like this lady who I see.
It's like, we don't know what she is.
It's going to be like, no, that's the coffee shop lady.
The coffee lady.
You know?
Coffee lady.
It's going to give you and me a different identity.
That's true. No, because, so you see people in certain places and you're like, oh, they work there.
And, and not only that, I hope it's also like those are people with style. Mm-hmm. I want that to happen. I want people, because right now they see me
You have holes in... Look, like, we walked on the Greenway today, and what we're wearing, both, we just look like hobos.
But I want them to see the hobos with style. Now, talk about style. We, if anyone has ever bought our coffee, it was pretty punk rock. It came in like a brown
paper bag.
It had like a label on it, and oftentimes it was my handwriting.
Yeah, or mine, which is also messy.
With the name of the coffee and the date of when it was made. So it was very lo-fi.
Very DIY.
Just like how we started our eBay business. Very lo-fi, just like...
Yep.
It's a good product. Here it is.
Buy it.
We're humble people. We have these brand new bags now that our partners have... they have worked a long time
painstakingly designed.
So if you go to broadporchcoffee.com, it's all the same coffees.
Yes.
Just in really beautiful bags with beautiful labels on them now.
Tasting notes. We all worked on the tasting notes together.
And it's starting, and it's cool. It's, when we all get together and talk and our plan, it's just starting to feel like everything's kind of coming together.
Yeah. Yeah. It feels polished.
And it's exciting. For me, it can get frustrating, but it's exciting to me. Like, this is a different kind of business. Yeah. We're building, like, a brand.
Right. That's so different than eBay for us.
We don't have, like, 8,000 items in our store like we do with eBay.
We have, like, 10 coffees. They look like this.
We just have 10 coffees, and so pick one of these coffees, and we hope... We sell a lot of them.
Right, exactly. So they look gorgeous. If you follow us on Instagram, we also got a new Instagram. This all happened this week. We also got a new Instagram for the new shop. So you can see that there's a link at the top of the old Instagram. Shop. I do want to say one more thing. We did have a limited release of a very fruity, our tasting notes are chocolate covered strawberries. It's from Costa Rica. It's a limited release. We only bought one bag of green coffee beans.
Because it was pretty expensive.
It was very expensive. So try it out. If you like to drink light roasts, it's a very light roast. And if you drink it without cream and sugar, you should try it. Because we only have one 150-pound bag of green coffee.
I always say the light roast, the kind of... fruitier coffees are great, like afternoon coffee. That's how I like. That's how I personally like it. Well, I personally like it. It's my personal opinion.
I like cream in my coffee in the morning. I also agree that a fruity coffee is a nice either second cup or later in the day, like delicate.
Yeah.
Okay.
This podcast is
ending in 3, 2, 1. Bye.